Listen closely. This is not a coincidence. You are not hearing this by mistake. Something in the spiritual realm is shifting, and money is about to flow into your life in ways you've never imagined. But here's the truth that most people miss. Before the blessing comes in the natural, the shift must happen in the spirit. Wealth is not just about effort. It is about energy, frequency, alignment, spirit. That's why so many people strive, hustle, run, chase and still remain stuck. Because money responds not only to action, but to spiritual positioning. You felt this already. Deep down you sense that abundance is near. It brushes against your dreams. It whispers in the quiet moments. You see signs of it everywhere. Repeated numbers, strange dreams of prosperity, sudden desires to give, unexpected doors starting to crack open. This is not imagination. This is the spirit realm preparing to release financial overflow into your life. But the question is this: are you prepared to receive it? Because heaven can only pour where there is a vessel ready to carry the blessing. Here is what you must understand. Money is not just paper, not just numbers on a screen. It is a spiritual force, a servant of divine purpose. And God never sends provision without mission. You have a mission, and the provision is coming because the time for that mission to manifest is here. That's why you've been feeling restless. That's why certain things no longer satisfy you. That's why the old ways of thinking about survival, struggle, scraping by they feel dead now. Because you are not made for just enough. You are made for more, and the more is knocking at your door. But listen carefully, because this is the part most people miss. Before the money flows, the inner shift must happen. If you are still vibrating in fear, in doubt, in limitation, the flow will hesitate. God cannot pour wealth into a vessel leaking unbelief. The enemy knows this. That's why he has attacked your mind so hard. That's why the thoughts of lack, of never enough, of why me have come so strong lately. Because the darkness wants to block the flow by trapping you in a small mindset. But you are breaking that now. You are waking up to the truth. You are a magnet for divine provision. You are chosen for overflow. And money is not running from you. It is running toward you. The first spiritual key is gratitude. Not just the casual, empty words of thanks, but real, burning, tearful gratitude for what you already have. Because gratitude shifts your frequency. It tells the universe, heaven, angels, I am ready for more. I recognize the blessing in what I have. I honor the small, and therefore I am worthy of the great. This is why the enemy tried to make you blind to your blessings. Why he wanted you to complain, to compare, to feel like it's not enough. Because as long as you feel empty, heaven cannot fill you. But when you overflow with gratitude, the windows of abundance swing wide open. The second spiritual key is giving. Yes, giving, because wealth flows like water. It cannot gather in a closed hand. If you cannot release, you cannot receive. The moment you give, you break the curse of scarcity. You declare by action, I have enough to share. And heaven responds, this one can be trusted with more. You don't wait to give until you have millions. You give now, from the little, even if it's only time, attention, kindness. You sow what you have, because seed sown in faith always multiplies in the spirit before it shows up in the natural. And the multiplication is already in motion. The third spiritual key is alignment. You must check, are you aligned with your purpose? Because when you walk in purpose, provision chases you. You don't have to beg for it. It comes because your mission requires it. God funds his assignments. If you are called to build, to teach, to create, to bless, then resources must arrive for you to fulfill that call. But if you are running from your assignment, if you are hiding your gift, the flow dries up. This is why you felt the inner pressure to step out, to start that dream, to take that risk. Heaven is pushing you into position so the wealth can find you. It is waiting at the place of your obedience. The fourth spiritual key is forgiveness. Strange, but true. Unforgiveness blocks the flow of abundance. Why? Because a bitter heart is a closed heart. And a closed heart cannot receive blessing. You must release every grudge, every wound, every debt. Not because they deserve it, but because you deserve freedom. As long as anger, revenge, pain remain, the channel of provision is clogged. But when you release, when you forgive, the river flows again. God's hand opens over your life again. The financial blessing is free to come. The fifth spiritual key is expectation. What you expect, you attract. If you expect delay, struggle, disappointment, you will manifest more of the same. But if you expect favor, increase, unexpected miracles, The universe responds. God responds. Heaven says, according to your faith, be it unto you. So expect wealth. Expect overflow. Speak it. Declare it. Picture it. Feel it. Not someday, but now. Not maybe, but surely. Because this is the time. And listen, the warfare you've faced lately, the financial pressures, the sudden needs, the surprise expenses, these were not punishment. They were signs, indicators, proof that the blessing is near. The darkness always attacks hardest before the breakthrough. The resistance increases when the door is about to open. You felt like you were being robbed, but in the spirit, you were being prepared to carry millions, to steward abundance, to handle influence, to manage overflow. Because God will not put a fortune in the hands of one who panics in shortage. The pressure shaped you. The testing purified you. Now the blessing can come. Even your relationships are shifting because of this blessing. Some people are being removed because they cannot handle your increase. Their jealousy would poison the joy. Their small mindset would limit the vision. So God is separating you, not to hurt you, but to protect the harvest. The new connections coming will curry favor, ideas, access, opportunities. But first the old must go. Release them with love. And watch what comes next. Money is spiritual. It listens to authority. When you speak to it, it moves. When you bless it, it multiplies. When you command it with faith, it obeys. Stop saying, I'm broke. Stop saying, I can't afford. These are spiritual chains. Speak life instead. I am wealthy. Provision is flowing. I have more than enough. Speak these things until your spirit believes, because your spirit is the magnet. Your words are the signal. The money is already on the way. And now we arrive at the deepest truth. The final key that separates those who attract endless provision from those who forever chase it, but never hold it. This mystery is not taught in schools, not revealed in books, and certainly not shared by those who fear your rising. But you, because you are awake, chosen, aligned, you are about to understand what so many miss. The truth is this. Wealth follows identity. Money comes to who you are, not what you do. Until your inner self fully believes you are worthy of abundance, no amount of effort will keep it in your life. But the moment you step into the identity of one who deserves prosperity, who is trusted by heaven to steward riches for a greater purpose, the flow begins and cannot stop. This is why the battle for your mind has been so violent, why the voice of lack has whispered so long, why poverty mindsets try to root themselves in your soul. Because the enemy knew, if you ever woke up to who you really are, if you ever believed you were royal, wealthy, trusted, chosen to handle millions, the chains would break forever, and the wealth would come without fear, without striving, without delay. Listen to me. You are not meant to be poor. Poverty is not holy. Lack is not a blessing. Struggle is not your portion. These are lies taught to make the chosen ones small, silent, safe, but no more. You are a child of abundance. You come from divine wealth. You were designed to overflow. The money you desire is already yours in the spirit. It is waiting for your identity to match the promise. So declare it now. I am wealthy. I am trusted. I am a kingdom builder. I am a vessel for divine provision. Feel the shift even as you speak. Heaven is responding. But there is something else. A secret power few use. The power of vision. You must see your wealth before it arrives. Picture it. Taste it. Feel the weight of the blessing in your hands. Because the subconscious mind, the doorway to the spirit, cannot tell the difference between imagination and reality. If you can see yourself free, abundant, generous, joyful, in prosperity, the spirit world will arrange itself to match that vision. Close your eyes. Picture the debt cancelled, the accounts full, the projects funded, the giving joyful, the peace of more than enough. Hold this vision daily. It will become your reality. And then, there is action. Faith without works is dead. You must move as if the blessing is already here. Open the account. Prepare the budget. Plan the business. Build the platform. Create the system. Even if the money is not yet visible, behave as if the contract is signed, the deal is done, the wealth is released. This is spiritual obedience. And heaven honors movement. The resources will meet you at the place of preparation. God funds plans, not fantasies. So prepare, build, expect.